A wet boot in freezing weather can end a hunting trip in 1 hour. A torn tarp above your camp can soak every piece of dry gear fast. A cracked canteen can leak every drop of water before the first dawn, and most modern campers solve none of these problems out in the woods. They call it quits, they hike back, they cancel the hunting trip. But old woodsmen had one free fix that sealed almost any broken gear. They pulled it straight from the bark of a pine tree using one knife. It hardens in seconds, it seals leaks, it waterproofs torn fabric. Modern brands replaced it with $10 tubes of synthetic sealer. The free version still works better than any product sold today. And the outdoor industry quietly erased it from every camping book. This is the forgotten story of plain old pine tree pitch sealing gear. Welcome to Silent Hunt Society. If buried survival knowledge matters, hit subscribe and the bell so you never miss another old forest fix. This is where lost backwoods fieldcraft comes back to life again. The year was 1872 in the cold forests of Maine. A trapper named Elias Whitmore ran a line of 60 miles each season. He hauled pelts, traps, salt pork, and one small tin of pine pitch. That tin sealed every tear in his oilcloth tarp across 3 winters. It patched holes in his leather boots when the ice cut through seams. It glued the crack in his wooden canteen when it split in deep cold. It even sealed the wound in his axe handle so the head stayed tight. Elias Whitmore died at 84 with the same tin still in his bag. Old trappers across New England, Pennsylvania, and Appalachia used it. They called it pine gum, tree tar, or simply pitch when gathered. Native hunters across the eastern woodlands used this exact same fix. They sealed canoes with it. They waterproofed quivers and pouches. They patched birch bark containers that carried drinking water daily. By the 1800s, every logger carried a pitch tin in pack. Every old homesteader kept a pitch jar on the shelf by the wood stove. It sealed leaky roofs, cracked barrels, broken tool handles, and more. The principle was always the same. Soften the pitch, press it in warm. By the 1940s, it started to vanish from pack lists quietly. It was replaced with factory tubes of rubber cement and glue sticks. Each tube cost more than a full year of pitch gathered from trees. This video is just the surface of what old woodsmen knew for free. I gathered every buried survival method, modern outdoor culture buried. All of it sits inside the forbidden hunter's vault for you to own. Sub-zero heat methods built from simple field logic and materials. Deadwood firecraft that most modern campers will never learn now. Invisible camp setups that keep your footprint low through any season. Appalachian meat storage methods that still make real sense out there. Whitetail funnel logic that changes how you see the woods forever now. 8 powerful modules together inside one vault. No fluff, no filler. The link is in the description below this video. Open it right now, but stay right here with me. The buried part is just getting started. Let me show you what pine pitch actually is at the molecular level. Pine pitch is a thick resin produced by pine trees to protect wounds. When a pine tree is cut, cracked, or damaged by storm, it leaks pitch. The pitch hardens in contact with cold air and seals the tree wound. It contains natural terpenes, resin acids, and carbon compounds. Those compounds make it waterproof, flexible, and strongly adhesive. According to the United States Forest Service publication archives, pine resin has been used by natives for over 9,000 years. It waterproofs wood, leather, canvas, metal edges, and fiber rope. When warmed, it turns sticky. When cooled, it hardens into solid. When mixed with ash or charcoal, it becomes twice as strong too. The mix is called pine tar cement by old New England shipbuilders. Wooden ships of the 1700s were sealed entirely with it. Many of those ships remained watertight for over 30 full years. Modern synthetic sealers often crack within 2 cold winter seasons. A study in the Journal of Archaeological Science confirmed the truth. Pitch-sealed tools from the Stone Age still hold their seal today. That is 9,000 years of proof sitting in a museum glass case. No tube of hot glue will ever come close to that kind of track record. And it costs nothing. You walk up to a pine tree and you take it free. No batteries, no receipt, no patent. Just real forest knowledge. By the 1960s, the outdoor industry noticed this fact. They saw a chance to monetize something the forest gave freely to us. The first plastic tubes of rubber cement entered stores that decade. Then came silicone sealers, fabric glues, and synthetic patch kits. Each one promised more convenience than a cold chunk of tree pitch. None of them truly worked better. Most failed in freezing weather. Yet store shelves filled up fast, and the free pitch tin disappeared. By the 1990s, almost no camping manual even mentioned it. By the year 2000, one entire generation had never seen pitch. The free fix became a relic of trappers, loggers, and mountain men. Meanwhile, modern campers keep losing trips to simple gear failures. Stay with me. The next part is what they hoped you never figured out. So why does almost nobody talk about pine pitch anymore today? Why did this free forest fix quietly disappear from every pack list? The answer is uncomfortable, but it makes perfect business sense. The outdoor industry makes billions selling tubes of repair products, silicone sealers, fabric glues, seam tapes, and patch kits everywhere. Every single tube treats a symptom, never the root cause of failure. The real cause of gear failure is always the bond between materials. No factory glue on earth beats the grip of natural resin on old fiber, and no synthetic patch kit works below 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Pine pitch exposes that truth in one free trip to any pine forest. That is exactly why the industry prefers you never learn this trick. You cannot patent a pine tree. You cannot lock away old fieldcraft. You cannot sell a subscription for something free behind your cabin. The entire model depends on confusion, upgrades, and new packaging. Pine pitch represents everything that model quietly hates the most, so it had to be mocked, ignored, replaced, and eventually buried. Camping magazines stopped writing about it by the 1970s. Gear companies bought ad space and stocked plastic tubes only there. Outdoor television shows featured sealers, glues, and tape kits only. Old woodsmen who still carried pitch tins were called outdated men. Meanwhile, their gear lasted longer than any modern patch kit does. They kept their camps dry while modern hikers kept buying new tubes. I need to be honest with you. Pine pitch is not perfect every time. In extreme heat it softens and runs. In below zero cold it cracks. But mixed with ash or charcoal dust it holds through both extremes. If you made it this far, you already know more about field repair than almost any modern camper or backpacker will ever know out there. Subscribe and share this with someone who still values real fieldcraft over expensive tubes and factory-made noise sold by the gear industry. And remember, the full vault is in the description below this video. Now stay with me. The next part is exactly how you do this yourself. Here is exactly what to do before your next cold camping trip begins. Walk up to any healthy pine tree in your local forest or back woodlot. Look for a wound, a cut branch, or a split in the bark on the trunk. That is where fresh amber pitch will already be leaking and hardened. Use a knife and scrape the hard yellow pitch into a small clean tin. A 50-cent Altoid tin or a baby food jar works perfectly for this. Gather about 2 ounces of pitch from several trees. Never strip bark. Never cut into healthy wood. Only take what the tree has already shed. That is your free field sealer, done, ready to carry in your pack. To use it, warm the tin gently over a small flame or hot stone. The pitch will melt into a thick amber liquid in about 30 seconds. Now mix in 1 small spoonful of cold ash or charcoal from your fire. The mix goes from sticky to strong, flexible, and heat-stable fast. Apply it warm to a tear, a crack, a seam, or a leak with a stick. Press the broken surfaces together firmly and hold 15 seconds. Let the pitch cool and harden fully for about 3 minutes of rest. The seal will now outlast the rest of the piece of gear around it. Compare that to a $10 tube of silicone that cracks in cold, or a $15 fabric glue that peels off in the first rain, or a $20 patch kit that needs perfectly dry, warm conditions. A free handful of pine pitch beats every one of those modern products. An old Maine trapper named Walter Kincaid proved this one winter too. He sealed a split in his canoe with pitch and paddled 30 miles. The seal held through freezing rapids, sharp rocks, and ice chunks. No tube, no patch kit, just pitch from the pines behind his camp. The canoe made it home dry, and the seal lasted another 2 seasons. That is the quiet power of one free handful of pitch in the woods. Not convenience, not marketing, just truth pulled from the tree. And that truth is the reason the gear industry erased this method. This knowledge did not die in the old logging camps of New England. It waited. It sat in empty pitch tins and in dusty trapping journals. It waited for someone willing to bring it back into the daylight. If this video made a difference, subscribe to Silent Hunt Society now. Share it with every hunter and camper who still values the old ways. Every single share preserves what the gear industry tried to bury. The link to the full Forbidden Hunters vault is in the description. The next vault opens soon, and what is inside will be even heavier. The next buried method will change how you trust your gear forever. Old knowledge is not gone. It was only waiting for you to find it.